The history of African Homo sapiens is the story of our species' birth and the nearly 250,000 years we spent in Africa before successfully populating the rest of the planet. Instead of a single Adam and Eve moment, modern science views our origin as a tangled vine of different populations across the African continent that occasionally met, traded, and interbred. The emergence, 300,000, 200,000 years ago. For a long time, scientists thought Homo sapiens appeared suddenly in East Africa around 200,000 years ago. However, recent discoveries have pushed this back and spread it across the continent. Jebel Irhoud, Morocco. Fossils found here dating to 315,000 years ago show a mix of modern and archaic features. They had faces that looked like ours, but their brain cases were still elongated. Omo Kibish, Ethiopia. Remains dating to 233,000 years ago represent some of the earliest examples of anatomically modern humans, people who would look indistinguishable from us if dressed in modern clothes. The ancestor. We likely evolved from Homo heidelbergensis, an earlier human species that lived in both Africa and Europe. In Europe, they became Neanderthals. In Africa, they became us. Living in the cradle, 200,000, 70,000 years ago. Before leaving Africa, our ancestors developed the behaviors that define humanity today. Social networks. By 130,000 years ago, humans were trading high-quality stone, obsidian, over distances of 200 miles. Art and symbolism. In Blombo's Cave, South Africa, we find 75,000-year-old shell beads and engraved ochre, proving our ancestors had developed abstract thought and style. Dietary shifts. Around 160,000 years ago, humans began harvesting shellfish, which provided the omega-3 fatty acids that likely fueled our brain's rapid development. The Great Migrations out of Africa. There wasn't just one trip out of Africa. There were several. The early waves failed minor. Fossils in Israel, Mislia Cave, show humans left Africa as early as 180,000 years ago. However, these groups didn't seem to leave a permanent genetic mark on people living today. They likely died out or were pushed back by changing climates. The main wave, 70,000, 50,000 years ago. This is the group that all non-Africans today are descended from. They likely crossed the Gate of Grief, the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, into Arabia or moved through the Sinai Peninsula. Why Africa is genetically unique. Because humans lived in Africa for 300,000 years but have only lived elsewhere for about 60,000, Africa contains more human genetic diversity than the rest of the world combined. Note, if you compare two people from different parts of Africa, e.g., a Khoisan person from the south and a Yoruba person from the west, they are often more genetically different from each other than a European person is from an East Asian person. Summary timeline. Milestone. Earliest sapiens-like fossils in Morocco. Anatomically modern humans established in East Africa. First small-scale migrations into the Middle East. Clear evidence of art and jewelry in South Africa. Major migration that populates the rest of the world.